Dear students of class 10, today I am going to teach you the theory of demand. As we have already completed the 5 chapters, now we are going to start this new chapter. This is theory of demand. Now see, with the word demand, what first thing comes in our mind is that demand means what? A demand means something that we are willing to purchase. A demand means किसी भी चीज की मांग. In Hindi you can say किसी भी चीज की मांग, that is demand. But in economics, demand is made up of, or demand consists of 5 things. What are they? The first, desire for a commodity. Desire for a commodity means how much that particular commodity you desire for, you need for. Second, ability to buy. Means if you have, suppose I have a desire to buy aeroplane, but I don't have that much amount of money that I can buy it, so it will not be demand. So first thing, the desire means how much I want that commodity. Second, ability to buy it means I should have that much money that I can buy that particular commodity. Next, willingness to pay for it means I have the willingness, I have the desire, I have that the capacity that I can pay for that particular commodity which I need. Next, at the given price means whatever the price of that commodity is and at the given time period. For example, my desire is to purchase a book. Okay, I have a desire to purchase this particular book. Ability to pay, for example, this book costs rupees 500 rupees. If I have 500 rupees, then I am able to pay the amount of this book. If I don't have 500 rupees, then I am not able to pay. Okay, I have 500 rupees, so I have ability to buy it. Next, willingness to pay it means there are two thoughts in my mind. Should I buy it? Should I not buy it? Should I pay for it or should I not pay for it? If I am able to pay or if I am ready to pay for it, then I have a desire also, ability also, willingness also. And at a given price, what was the price? 500 rupees. And at a given time period, that is whatever the time period means. Suppose this book is in the shop for 1 month, limited stock is there. So within this 1 month, I have to purchase this book. So demand for a commodity means desire for a commodity means how much, in Hindi we can say ichha. How much ichha I have that I can buy that. See, desire for the commodity means how much ichha I have, that I have this much that I need that, and how much I need that commodity. Okay. Second, ability to buy means I should have this much money that I can purchase that particular book. Willingness to pay, that I am ready to pay for that particular commodity. At a given price means whatever the price of a commodity, and at the given time period means for the particular time period whenever that book is available in the store. Suppose 1 month, so within that 1 month I have to purchase this particular commodity. So demand for a commodity not only means that demand means that I should have all these 5 points, then only demand for a commodity exists. Otherwise, only demand does not matter. Only demand means you will think and it will not be demand. You have the desire, you have the ability, you have that much amount of money to pay, you have the willingness to pay, you at the given price and at a given time period. Next you see determinants of demand for a commodity, or you can say factors affecting demand for a commodity means which are the factors that are responsible for demand for a commodity in the market. What are the factors which are actually responsible for creating the demand of a commodity into the market? First you see, first is price of the, income of the consumer. First is income of the consumer. Very simple. If the income of the consumer is more, then the purchasing power of that consumer will be more. So, as the income of the consumer increases, the demand for a particular commodity will also increase. For example, if a consumer is purchasing apple, suppose a rupee per kg apple is costing rupees 50. If the consumer income is rupees 100, so he is able to purchase 2 kg of apples because it is costing rupees 50. As the income of the consumer increases from rupees 100 to 200, then the consumer is able to purchase that apple how much? 4 kg of that apple. So as the income of the consumer increases, the demand for a particular commodity also increases. And same, if the income of the consumer decreases, the demand for that particular commodity also starts decreases or starts falling. Clear? If the income of the consumer increases, the purchasing power of the consumer also increases. As the purchasing power of the consumer will increase, the demand for a particular commodity will also increase. And if the consumer's income starts decreasing or starts falling, then the demand for a particular commodity will also starts falling. So they are directly proportional also, we can say, because they will go together. If the income increases, demand increases. If the income decreases, demand decreases. Clear? First, income of the consumer. Second, price of commodity. Price of commodity, you see, price of commodity, for example, if the price of commodity increases, the law of demand states that if a price of a commodity increases, the demand for that particular commodity starts falling. Law of demand says that when the price of any commodity starts increasing, the demand for that particular commodity starts falling. As the price of the commodity increases, its demand starts falling. Or as the price of a commodity falls, its demand increases. As we have seen that if a price of apple at the beginning of the season, when apple come into the market, the cost of that apple is more, like 100 rupees kg, 150 kg, 200 rupees kg. So that time the demand for that apples are not much. But as the price of that apple starts falling from 100 to 200, it starts falling from rupees 80 per kg, 60 per kg, then the demand of particular apple starts increasing. Because when the demand is high, then that time the consumer is not able to purchase. So as the price of that particular commodity falls, the demand for that particular commodity starts increasing, and vice versa. If the price falls, demand increases, and if the price increases, demand falls. Price of related commodity. Now see, price of related commodity. In this case, we will study about two types of commodity. First is substitute commodities. Second is complementary commodities. Now see, substitute. What is substitute? Like tea and coffee. Tea and coffee are substitute of each other. For example, if the price of tea increases, the demand for coffee will also increase. Why? Because the price of tea is increasing. In case of substitute goods, that the goods which we can use in one place of another. Then when we can use one place of another, in the case of substitute goods, what happens? When the price of tea increases, as the price of tea increases, the demand for coffee will also increase. And vice versa, like if the price of tea decreases, the demand for coffee will also decrease. Why? The consumer will shift towards coffee. And in second case, that is complementary goods. Complementary goods are those goods which are used jointly, like car and petrol. If the price of petrol increases, the demand for car will fall. Why? Because they are complementary goods. They cannot be used separately. The car will run on petrol or diesel only. If the price of petrol or diesel increases, the demand for car in the market starts falling. And vice versa in the sense, if the price of petrol decreases, the demand for cars will start increasing. So this is price of related commodity. In this case, we have studied two types of commodity, substitute commodities and complementary commodities. Substitute commodities are those commodities which we can use in place of another, and complementary commodities are those commodities which we are not able to use separately, that we have to use jointly. See, in this case, if the price of one increases, the demand for other will also increase. They will go in this flow. If one increases, other also increases, and they will go in this flow. Like if the price of petrol increases, demand for car decreases. If the price of petrol decreases, then the demand for car will increases. Next is taste and preference pattern on the commodity. Taste and preference, like for example, when the fashion change, like any fashion is going on, anything is trending on the market, then that the demand for that particular commodity is more in the market. Why? Because that particular thing is in the trend, or that particular thing is in the fashion. So you can say that time the demand for a particular commodity will be high. And in case if the fashion changes, then the demand for that only commodity, that same commodity will start falling. Clear? Taste and preference, like sometimes consumers like a particular commodity more, that time the demand for that particular commodity will start increasing. But as the taste of the consumer change, or the fashion in the market change, if the trends change, then what will happen? The demand for again that particular commodity will start falling. Next, price expectation. Now see, what is price expectation? What happens? We used to assume, we used to think that in future maybe the price of a particular commodity may be false, or sometimes we think the price of a particular commodity may in future may be rise. For example, if our future prediction is that the price of a particular commodity, any commodity, suppose XYZ, any commodity X, the price of commodity X in future it will increase, price will increase. So what will happen? We will demand for that particular commodity right now. The demand for that particular commodity right now at a given time period, it will start increasing. Okay, and if in future we will think the commodity X, the price of commodity X in future it will fall, then what will happen? The demand for that commodity will not increase. Why? Because we have a future expectation from commodity X that in future it may be the price of that particular commodity may fall. When it will fall, we will purchase that time. And in case of if we have a future prediction that the commodity X, the price of commodity X in future it will increase, then what will happen? The demand for that commodity at a given time period, at same time period, it will start increasing. This is called future expectation. Now see, again we are revising all the points. First, income of the consumer. Second, price of a commodity. Third, price of related commodity. In this we have studied two things, that is substitute and complementary goods. Next, taste and preference pattern on the commodity. And last, the price expectation. I hope you have understood.